This is a good one.
Good one, sir.
This is my favorite level. It's quite open world vibe-ish. It's the first level to have like so first time we played it, it must have taken myself, my dad, at least a couple of maybe a week or so to figure this place out. But first we're gonna go this way. Oh, my boy.
Damn, just like that.
Yeah, they're pretty quick, but not very tanky.
Well,
Now we'll
lots of
go up
bullets, I
there.
would think.
Yeah, no. It's unlimited bullets. I mean, if we could think of these things working in the real world, like a gun having unlimited bullets, is that possible?
Infinity sticks.
Yeah. It's not really possible, is it?
I mean, no, not really.
Yeah.
Like, if I guess you could count making some sort of laser cannon, like having infinity bullets.
And eventually, wouldn't that run out of like fuel?
Yeah, run out.
Yeah. So even then, the concept of it being infinite
Is wrong.
doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. So this area is pretty like, it's just here. It doesn't really serve any purpose. I think it's just they hide some items over here. Oh, and a crap ton
That's for days.
of bats. Yeah, 4 bats. But there is a health kit, so lucky us.
Just in case those bats gotta fuck you up, man.
Just in case. Alright, so that's that place. I would say that this level is definitely probably the longest in the game. I might be wrong, but it is a long level.
Or longest or largest?
Largest, definitely largest. So yeah, and in means of like distance you have to travel around. It is a long level. But this is the main area that we have to work in. So let's take care of these little monkey boys.
Not a monkey boys.
Nope, ain't taking no damage from you.
Nice.
Oh, that's him. So, there's another one. Got some shells. Oh no, we got no shells. We have magnums.
You wasted them all on the lions.
Yeah. Most of them. No time for that bullshit. So each one of these doors have symbols on them. I think that's the Omega symbol. I don't know what the other one is.
Yeah, that is.
Probably Alpha. I might be wrong. Anyway, so we gotta get up here.
That's Alpha, dude.
Yeah. So these symbols correspond to levers up at the top of that balcony over there. And so Omegas, I think, mean up, and then that one there, which I don't know, is down.
What, that Y shape?
That Y shape, yeah. Now it sounds confusing at first, but there's 5 levers that correspond up there. We gotta get to them. First, I think that over there is a secret.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, no.
This does look like.
Looks like one, but it is not one. So I stand corrected.
It's just a stack of goodies.
Stack of some goods. Alright, let's make our way back up.
Nice platforming.
Get up to this last one. I think we can... No, not gonna chance it. Some of these you could just land on, but it all just depends. Right. So let's start with the start with that one over there. So that is down, down.
So does that like activate them?
Yeah. So that door's now open. Now, this area over here leads to the exit of the level, but in order to get out of there, we need 3 gold bars. Each
And
one of
that's what
these.
those 3 doors are.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So this will be our first bar.
These ancients like their puzzles.
Boy, do they. I mean, it's a good thing Lara is. She's got like super strength. Because, I mean, that block must be at least 3 tons. It's a square block.
It's a square block of what looks to be concrete.
Yeah, solid concrete. Alright, I'm gonna do the wise thing and save here. If those spikes mean business.
Just use your cheerleading skills, man.
Easy. We can go this way. Yes.
All those spikes are nasty.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm still shocked at how they were able to. Hello, Jesus. Just shoot nothing,
There's a beat down in the corner.
little bastard. Okay, now as you'll notice, this bar is not gold.
It
So,
looks gold to me.
no, but as you'll see, it's called the lead bar. So we're not getting around that. So we're gonna have to figure out how to make it a gold bar. You have to literally turn lead into gold. But let's,
Easy.
yeah, let's not worry about that now.
Just equivalent exchange, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Throwing
Yes.
some alchemy.
yeah. Let's do this place now. So all we need to do is just reset.
That's just one down.
Yeah, that's just 1 down. 1 out of 3. But yeah, I mean, going back to the replayability of games these days, like, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older, but like when I was younger, I used to replay games plenty of times. I mean, in these days, I mean, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, I mean, I must have played those games at least 4 or 5 times. I mean, these days are just battle finish games. You know, is it just like they're
I
running
think
out of
it's
things
time.
to keep us interested?
Time has something to do with it.
Yeah.
There are also a lot more games to play.
Yeah, true. I mean,
Open world games are longer for sure.
Yeah. Well, they'd soak up more of your time.
Yeah.
Alright. This is... Well... You don't do that.
Crocodile.
No, those are rats. Those are giant... motherfucking rats. That are dead.
That eat your flesh.
Yeah. No, definitely that kind of rat. Take a couple of steps back. Woo. Now, we seem to be stuck. Not really, we just skip the fire.
Well, you get burnt a little.
And you get a little singed, but it's better than catching fire, because if you catch fire, then... Yeah.
It's GG. Can you heal through the flames, man?
You can, but the only... Well, I mean, as you can imagine, the only way to get rid of fire is to take a dive into this But imagine this water must be absolutely horrific at this stage. It must be just filled with all kinds of diseases, considering there's all these rats swimming in it. But
Yeah.
Lara
Looks
doesn't give a
fine
fuck.
though.
Yeah, it looks great. In fact, it looks like you could drink it. Wouldn't recommend it though.
Okay.
Alright, so that's that place done. One more lead bar to go.
And then magic time.
Indeed. Okay, so that's that. I think this one I'm gonna pull here.
I love her sideways movement. Like step, step, step.
It seems quicker than doing that. And requires a lot less effort. I think there's a cheeky boy down there. Wee boy?
Did you just die?
No. Just had to take care of some business there. Monkey business. Okay.
Yeah.
Check. So we're gonna destroy some ancient building here.
Why are you
Alright.
destroying ancient stuff, man?
Because we need to progress. We need to move forward. We need to tear down what was there before. And with the
Tear
strength
down the past to build the future.
Indeed. And with the strength that only Lara could muster, she pulls out the central pillar's bottom block, and therefore collapses.
That sounds legit.
Mm-hmm.
Lara, what a beast.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Just
My
totally destroyed.
word.
Yeah. Look at that.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, me too. When I first saw that, I was like, damn. Pretty sure not even the Rock could do that.
No, don't know anyone alive.
Because, I mean,
can do
these
that.
old buildings were built to last. I mean, jeez. If this is truly ancient Greece times, I mean, this place must be at least 4,000 years old. Well, that's clearly not how that's done.
Well, considering they have so many gods from different cultures, maybe they are a lost civilization that
Perhaps.
were the originers.
Well, I mean, it's all Atlantean,
Originals?
right? I mean, the Atlantean rulers were all rulers of these places. There was the Atlantean ruler of Greece, I guess, and then the ruler of Peru, and then there was the Egyptian one. So Atlantis is technically like a mix-up of all those cultures. So maybe this building had insight. Maybe they were a polytheistic kingdom that lived here and that worshipped gods from all over. Even gods like Thor that I'm pretty sure weren't even thought of yet, but you know, we'll go with it.
Hey man, maybe this is the civilization that thought of it and the Vikings just adopted it into their culture.
You could be right. In fact, maybe that's the insight that this game is teaching us that we're missing this whole time.
Must be. Sounds very legit.
I wasn't going to let him live.
Of course not.
But I can take. Did you see that? I think she switched these things to burst fire. I didn't realize she had Glock 19s. Damn, I think these were just Colt 45s. So
Semi-auto.
this is a Serminor. This is where we were down at the bottom.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, now we're up top there.
Yeah, I mean, massive, like, Dark Soulsy vibes.
Right? It's like an aqueduct. But there's like...
I don't know why they have a crocodile in their aqueduct, though.
No, I think that was a giant flaw in their system. Stylish. Damn it! I think I got him. Nope. Oh,
Nope,
it's too
you
late
didn't
now.
get him.
I'm gonna zoom past this bad boy.
Hey.
Because we need to get the secret. Good lord.
That's crashed.
The stream.
Everything's crashed.
Everything has crashed. Okay.
Whoop. Hep.
And we are back
Hep.
up. So,
Hep.
every time I alt tab out of this
Hep.
game, it seems to just like hold the jump button. And so, that's the, that's why that's happening.
Hep. Hep. Hep.
And it's a little bit tough trying to negotiate that, but you just gotta immediately jump after the first jump. So 2 little jumps, and then yep. Here we are. That is the first secret. And the second secret is not too far from here. In fact, remember we were talking about how that that doorway secret was a little too obvious?
Yeah.
Well, the way you have to go in this game is like you inevitably have to end up here. And you have to drop down this side. So there's 2 levels actually. There's that bottom level, there's this top level with the aqueduct, and then there's this middle level. You can see the item there. Now that's the secret. So I mean that's definitely a lot more obvious than the doorway in the Colosseum.
Do you
and
think?
a little bit more rewarding too. And then again, it is a legit secret.
I think that's a legit secret, man. Yeah. You could easily miss that.
I don't think you could miss that. I mean, maybe. But like, you have to drop down there. That's part of the path back here. I knew there was something here.
Well, do you have to come down here to progress?
Yes, you do. So,
okay.
You can't skip this area. There is a bad boy over there. Keep on forgetting I have these.
Who needs those when you got infinity pistols?
Yeah, I should.
Wait, get beaten against the wall.
Yes, that guy could have easily taken me down. We should save here. I just got that feeling, you know, like it would be a good idea.
Got that tingling.
So, if I drop down here, they'll actually aggro onto my shadow and try and attack it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So, a way to cheese enemies from, like, if they've, because they'll run everywhere. They'll run all over this map. If they can't get to you, they'll run around like crazy. And so they'll run like at least 10 minutes away. And if you just like drop your shadow down, they'll immediately pass back to your shadow. So it's almost like your shadow is, you know, you standing there.
Huh.
So you can cheese them back out, pull yourself up, shoot them a little bit more. They'll run away. You drop down, cheese them back out.
That's diabolical.
Mm-hmm. I suppose they had to use with, well, they had much...
well, they had to detect where you were, and...
Yeah. And the best way to do that was to...
Yeah, I guess the shadow is a...
one hitbox.
Point on the ground.
Yeah.
Where you need a path to. Oh, man.
Woo.
Oh, that was close.
So that's where that secret was, down there. So we're
cutting it fine.
We're definitely cutting it fine. But we're making some steady progress. Because last night, while you were cutting together our Tarkov video, I was busy trying to do all this. And I had killed myself at least 3 or 4 times. And that area in particular by the aqueduct I had run past and done at least 4 times. And here we are back at the beginning.
That's such a Dark Souls thing.
Right?
Or I guess we should say that's such a Tomb Raider thing.
That's such a Tomb Raider thing from now on.
Dark Souls stole it.
Tomb Raider regrouping areas before it was
What's with this music?
Yeah, it's pretty dramatic.
It's like this is the most dramatic jump I've ever heard.
I mean, that track is the same track that they'll use for the last boss.
Really?
Yeah.
So they use it for all combat situations.
There's some, they change it up. So there's that track, there's the other track, there's another track. There's some shorter tracks. Tomb Raider 2 definitely does the music transitions a little better. Tomb Raider 1 is like...
old.
It is old. But like Tomb Raider 1 is like, well, we had like maybe 20 seconds of you dodging a few traps, and now you gotta push blocks for the rest of this song that's 1 minute and 43 seconds. And it seems to, you know, just like, okay, this is dramatic stuff. And now here we are.
Dramatic block pushing.
Dramatic block pushing.
That's what it is.
Oh, hello guys. Woo! That,
He does this. Nice.
Whew. Yeah. If this was a no health pack run, I definitely would have died. A lot.
Yeah, you had failed a long time ago.
Fuck. I'm not quite ready for that. Now this is another area that we could have gone to in the beginning and explored a bit, but it would have been a waste of time. We could have come up and explored here too, but no real necessity. We needed to get the lead bars first. Now...
And you find your way to all those locations.
Yeah. I mean, the game expects you to naturally progress though.
There's one left.
It's not worthy of the Magnum. Down boy. Alright, so this is back to the beginning. Now that was where we came from. Now we didn't go that way when we started. We could have, but it would have been pointless. Because all it does that way is open the lever to the gardens, which are this way. And in here is where we need to turn our lead bars to gold.
It's in this little orchard.
Orchard here. Midas's personal garden. Through here is our third and final
With some, you know, massive
gate.
Massive gardens.
Yeah, but at least they actually worked hard to make these 3D objects. So, like.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
And to avoid it looking weird from this angle, they did it sideways, or horizontally, so it looks like a real shrub.
And
you know,
then
just
they
run
put,
through it. It's like
yeah,
it's got like path detection. Well, it's got a hitbox.
that's cool.
But there is a lever over here that you would certainly miss. And that opens this gate over here to our third and final secret.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, it's quite simple. You just have to time it, but you can just track through. The first time around, I thought maybe I had to like run through stop quickly, because I'll show you now. get all this stuff. Got everything here. Yeah. So, what you would think you should do is run, stop, and then run again. But to try get back across is kind of impossible. So you have no choice but to jump.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they force you. And what if you fall down there?
Then you land in spikes.
Oh.
Yeah. So that'll
Just
be an
prove
abrupt
that.
end.
Just prove that quickly.
Oh, you
I
want
don't
to see?
believe you.
You don't believe me?
I'm joking.
No.
You don't need that. You
I
don't need to
don't mind.
prove. You don't need to throw yourself on the spikes.
So here is what I'm assuming is either the tomb of Midas or the statue of Midas. Now, quick thing. My dad, well, at least myself, I didn't get this the first time. But legend of Midas is that everything he touched turned to gold. So that's one way to die.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So with that in mind, the time it took for us to actually figure out that to progress, you had to actually turn them to gold by doing that.
Fucking in a hand.
Yeah. There's absolutely nothing in the game that tells you about this other than you discover this place and you're like, okay, so this hand can turn you to gold. And that's it. But, yeah. That is how you gotta progress. You gotta come back here and you gotta turn all those lead bars to gold.
That's quite cool.
Yeah. No, I do like
And the
that.
fact that that turns you to gold is... That must mean then that is Midas himself.
Yeah, well, I guess
That
it's
is
either...
Midas's hand.
That's either... Yeah, he must have been a golem. Midas the golem. Now, either that's his tomb, or that was a statue of him that was endowed with his powers. Maybe he was buried under it.
That sounds like a good way to pass on your powers to the next generation.
Or maybe a good way to defend your home. Just keeping intruders out.
Pimp slapping people.
Pimp slapping people with hands that turn them to gold.
It's one gold and pimp slapping.
So down, up, down.
So then this is where you put the gold bars.
No. This is where the levers are. But the gold bars are through that doorway.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, that's where you have to put them, yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Alright, so that needs to go down. Just do a little hop, skip, and a jump, and we're here at the lever. I'm just excited because I was able to actually do this whole place without dying.
So proud of you, bros.
Practice makes perfect. Or at least practice makes permanent. I mean, you can practice the wrong way.
This is true. He did.
Some key philosophical advice from Bryce. Oh yeah, so that's
Could
where
you
you need
please
to progress.
revise your key philosophical advice so we can
Practice
take
makes permanent, not perfect. Well, it's not my philosophy, it was our guidance counselor's philosophy back in high school. Just gotta get them shotgun shells. Joe, cool little balcony. So that's one.
I mean, these aren't levers.
No. guess they have
They
like
are
special powers that only
they're
detect golden
magical
powers.
keys
Yeah.
that detect gold.
Or maybe they detect weight. Maybe gold is heavier than lead. I don't know. Is it? It's got a higher. Is lead a element? Yes, it is. It's an element.
Yes, of course, lead's an element, dude.
Well, I mean, there's lots of compounds as well. Uh, like iron
This is
is
true.
steel is a compound of iron and
Iron and bronze.
bronze. That's it. And here we are. End of the level.
And you slide off into victory into the
Sli
darkness.
Yeah, into the darkness, into the cistern, which is the fourth and second to last level of Greece. So we got 43 kills, which is probably our highest amount. Because this level is pretty huge and filled with enemies. 20 pickups and 3 secrets. Although I really think they could have added in more secrets.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
considering how large the level was, and they've even had 4 secrets and other levels, smaller
Yeah.
levels.
Well, the one that had 5, I thought I'd got them all. Well, that's it. Hey guys, thanks for coming by and watching our little attempt at a Let's Play in 2020. Yeah, we know it's a tight trope, but you know, we also had a lot of fun doing this, and for the both of us, that's really what it's all about. Currently, we're playing on the Steam version of the game, and if you're wondering how I managed to get it to work properly and how it, how it looks, then yeah, I've left a link in the description to the Steam guide that I used. And there you'll find an easy to use download that'll update your textures, add the much needed music that the PC version left out for some weird reason, and it'll also give you access to the expansion pack, which is pretty cool. I would also recommend using a little tool I use called JoyToKey, and with JoyToKey you can map your keyboard buttons to your controller, which basically allows you to play all your old school games as you did on your PS1. It's really cool and it's simple to use. And if this video crossed the extremely low threshold of making you smile just once, then please consider leaving a like and maybe even subscribing. We would really appreciate the support, and we hope to update every day with one video, so catch you in the next one.